She's going to be a great leadership asset for the Fire tonight. Bounce pass is okay. Chance now for Cox. Lovely mid-range two to kick things off. Leads the league in average blocks so far this season per game. Set the screen up there. Woods again firing underneath the basket. Bounce pass to Fowler. Sensational work from the arc.
That they would be looking at that as we see Courtney Woods here just threading the needle. And great start by the Townsville Fire and by Alex Fowler. That's going to do her confidence a world of good in her first start here.
They're creating a lot of intercept opportunities as well. Ellis was very good in their last match. Can she fire on the scoreboard here? Puts it in for two. Tone, no doubt about that. Courtney Woods and Ellis.
And Mariana Tolo is so good in that high post action. So if she can continually be that release pass, then she can either play a high-low action with the rolling Kelsey Griffin.
Woods again nudging underneath the basket, creates her own opportunity and puts it in for two. Really enjoyed Ellis's game against Geelong United. She set the tone early with her speediness and her athleticism. Cox gives it off, and Froling from close range puts it in. Under 5 minutes to go until quarter time. Burton fires it out. Wearing on the court for the first time. Here's a chance now for Burton for three. Sinks it in. Fantastic, just frenetic around the floor. Bendigo.
A setting three-point shot there by Veronica Burton, and something that the Spirit really needed. Now they've got to lock down, they've got to get stops, and they've got to string multiple stops there together, and that one will go.
Causes the turnover.
Veronica Burton had just hit 1-3. I think she probably could have taken that next one.
Yes. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Woods to Froling. Close range, puts it in for two. Their act together, didn't they? Probably the midway point of that first. Really starting to get into the game. Alicia Froling. Here's Burton from the elbow. Fires it out wide. Samuels likes it from beyond the arc. And that's no exception. Scampering down the floor. Gives it to Burton. Whitcomb with the drive against Fowler. Just too much pressure in the end. And Whitcomb puts it in.
So if the Bendigo Spirit, as we see here, can get out in transition and push the floor, be a lot.
Protruded through the gap with consummate ease, puts it in for two.
She's really played some great minutes, Abby Ellis, there, as we see Sammy Whitcomb let one fly. Smart if they use the clock here and try and get a really good look. We see that they're going to go to a pick and roll action, almost like a Spanish action, as we see Jess McDowell-White.
Lock.
She can spread the floor and get her out of the key.
Tighten things up on the scoreboard here, the Spirit. Warren for three, can put them in front. And she's on cue.
She shoots the ball at such a high percentage.
There's a player from Dalesford. Here's a chance for Ellis. Drives forward and retakes the lead for the Fire. They're going to and fro at the Fire pit. Been a good contest so far. Samuels out wide, Burton at open, look for three. Oh, they're just converting from all angles. Woods has been instrumental so far. Interesting listening to her press conference the other day with Shannon Seabom as she puts it back in for two.
Yeah, Courtney Woods has really done her time at the Townsville Fire. This is her 5th season under Shannon Seabom, and she's learnt so much and she's developed her game. We've seen Sammy Whitcomb just do Sammy Whitcomb things.
Burton combines with Tolo. Now Whitcomb. Dangerous from here, Sammy Whitcomb. Well, Tolo didn't see that one coming, I think, from Sammy Whitcomb, and they pay the price. Woods. Now an open look for three from Ellis. Tolo at the top. Gives it to Whitcomb. Sammy certainly lifted as the game has worn on. Here's a chance for Samuels for three. Oh, she loves it from beyond the arc. And again.
And that's all because everyone has to help off Sammy Whitcomb. Sammy Whitcomb is so deadly when she comes off that pick and roll action. She can turn the corner. So you have to help, but then you're actually giving up a three ball to Casey Samuels on the other end. Momentum can shift so quickly. So just got to stay true to your game plan, stay true to your work. That's something I've always really been told. Just stay true to your work and just keep playing the percentages.
Tolo around the corner, knocks it in for two. What can the Fire muster here? McDowell-White to Cox in the open corner for three. That will get the crowd going. She's ranked 5th in the competition for field goal percentage at 45.9% is Cox. Here's Whitcomb, the leader in most statistical categories, but she's blocked there. Froling saying, get out of my house. Very highly in that respect as well as a game against Southside. So it'll be interesting to see whether they try and nullify her in some way, shape or form. Here's Ellis, drives to Froling and lays it in for two. Griffin with a bit of an air ball. Here's a chance for Woods. Has been a great instigator. Creating passages here for the Fire. Fowler, open, look for three, nothing but net.
Knock down that next one.
It's the second time already this quarter she's been open in that corner. The three-point attempt, Tolo to try and respond for the Spirit, and she does, levels the scores.
Great defensive possession by the Bendigo Spirit. Sammy Whitcomb just having active hands on every possession. She didn't get it every time, but she just made the offense really second guess what they were going to do on the offensive end, as Tolo goes back to exactly the same move. She's going to have to play and not pick up that fourth.
Here's Cox. Back to Ellis on the 45. It's been troublesome for the opposition so far tonight. Finds a way through. Just dug herself out of the ground and puts it in for two. The scores level once again. It's been an even keel contest at the Fire Pit. Here's Whitcomb. She's got Fowler on her hammer. Whitcomb, an uncanny ability to find space. Looks for two off the glass and makes no mistake.
Impressive possession there by Sammy Whitcomb. Sammy really wants to always reject the picks, and Alex Fowler did a great job at recognising that and cutting that pick off there. And Sammy Whitcomb just showing her class and her expertise and her ability to finish at the rim.
She's stepping up as the game wears on, as has been the case so often this season. Sammy Whitcomb stepping up to the plate, another two to her name. She's actually deceptively physical. When you try and match her up with two defenders, she has an ability to protrude through. Woods with the attempted layup, no good there. Samuels fires it back to Burton. She was the fire starter for the Spirit against the Southside Flyers, and she's three-quarter time. The Spirit, again, edging out to a little bit of a buffer. Ellis. Not Froling in support, uses Woods at the top, drives inboard, couldn't quite nail it, not enough leverage on the shot, good rebound from Griffin. Here's Sammy Whitcomb again. Drives, finds space again, that uncanny ability to find space, and Sammy Whitcomb is on a bit of a scoring rampage this quarter.
The skill calibre of Sammy Whitcomb as we see her just get downhill. And Sammy Whitcomb really exploiting the defence of the Townsville Fires. We see Alicia Froling go for one down the other end. I spoke about they are 3 players off. That's what Sammy does so well, and we spoke about her being able to...
With the exception of the first few minutes when Townsville got off to that 9-0 flyer for those just tuning in. Bendigo have wrenched them back. Here's Whitcomb for three. Off the rim, good rebound there from Burton. Right spot at the right time. Werran gives it off, and Samuels finishes it off with two.
She's 3 or 4 from the field. She's got the 8 points, and she's played her role perfectly off the bench. She spent a lot of the start of the season starting the game, but with Kelsey Griffin back in the lineup, but she's still playing that role perfectly and being deadly on the offensive end.
Yeah, to speak of the devil, gives it off, and, well, the specialist beyond the arc, Werran salutes with three. Give it to Tolo likewise, but couldn't quite pull it off. Ellis with the steal, gives it to Locke, layup is converted. Here's Froling at the top. Woods wrenching her arms free. Cox drives and puts it in for the basket. Perfect start to the final quarter for the Fire. In a physical sense and a mental sense. Here's Ellis. 9 minutes to go. Woods confronted by Burton. Tries to drive her way forward and managed to somehow wrench her arms free and put it in for two. There's a chance for Samuels. Coming onto the court now for the Spirit Nightingale. Obviously with Tolo limited minutes, and Burton locked out there.
Not sure about that business decision by Veronica Burton. Get the ball through hands, run a set, get a good possession on the rim.
Here's Whitcomb, finds Tolo in the post, fade away for two. Mariana salutes as she puts it in.
Great bucket there by Mariana Tolo off the 1 foot.
Hanging away as well. Here's Woods. Can she respond in kind? Burton.
Yeah, both teams have really upped their pressure on the defensive end.
Here's Woods. Tried for the fadeaway. Did all the hard work. It was blocked out. And Mariana. Abby Ellis. And the crowd fire up for them here. Cox at the top. Drives. Finds a way through. And off the glass. Puts it in for the layup for two. Showing a bit of leadership there out to Ellis. 5.5 minutes remaining. Oh, gee, Woods got in their way. Can you believe that? Burton can capitalise here and does so efficiently. How often do you see that? The pressure.
She uses her body so well, as we see here. She just picks it up. She's still got Abby Ellis on her in the replay, but she just uses the ball out of that pick and roll action and the way they play the game.
Here's Griffin. Tolo feigned the shot, then drives away through and puts it in for 2. Clock ticks down to 4.5 minutes. The margin at 12. Burton, strategic. Tolo, back to Burton. Mid-range to attempt. Not enough juice on the shot. Fires out. Woods, can they respond here? The fire. Here's Fowler to put a bit of life into the crowd.
Had made the layups. They've missed a few layups down the stretch here in this fourth quarter.
Tolo out to Burton. Here's Tolo again for the long range 2. And nothing but net there for Mariana.
But they've played some really good, consistent basketball. You just had lack of bench. Probably has hurt them this game.
From the elbow, Woods a chance. Couldn't quite convert. Froling with the rebound to Lock. Now Ellis, open look for 3. And she gets her just rewards for... It's a pertinent thing you raise as well with Samuels and Warren. When the game needed to be won in the third quarter where it was a lot tighter, they really did step up to the plate. Speaking of which, Ellis has done that for much of the night.